If you want to know what it takes to live a happy and healthy and contented life, then please stay tuned to this video because I will be sharing with you 7 tips and tricks that I use that help me to live my best life now that I know you can use. These are super practical tips that will help you just enjoy your life more. So if you want to know just how to do that, stay tuned to this video as we talk about what it takes to live a contented life. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel and for watching this video. My name is Rachel Baskin. I am the creator of the blog Dents in My Crown, which is a motivational and inspirational women's blog, which is geared towards women like you, helping you to live a purpose-driven life and also help you to embrace being your authentic self in a world that tells you to be anything but who you truly are. Thanks so much for watching this video. It really means a lot to me. And I also wanted to let you know that I will be making the audio of this video available as a podcast, and you can find it for free on my website, dentsinmycrown.com. So without further ado, let's dive straight into this video. I have come prepared with my notes so that you know it's legit. But let's dive straight into this video. I'm going to be sharing with you the 7 tips that I use in my own personal life that help me to just live a more contented life. And the reason why I feel like this is so important is because I feel like we live in a world that's just go, 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 right? Everything is accessible at the click of a button. You can buy the clothes that you want. You can buy the shoes that you want. Heck, you can even get a date at the click of a button, right? Like this world, everything is just go, go, go. And I think that the temptation that comes with that is wanting more and more and more at the click of a button and never really taking the time to just pause and to think to yourself, hey, am I happy and am I grateful with what I have in my life right now? You know, I think that we just go, go, go from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. And I feel like it's important sometimes to stop chasing, forever wanting to have more, bigger, better, fancier, brighter, shinier, you know. And I think sometimes it's really healthy and really important for all of us to just stop and take a moment and look at the abundance that we have in our lives and to be thankful for that. Because I think that as we just take a moment to just acknowledge all the good that is in our lives, I think that in turn actually helps us to live more contented lives where we aren't so quick and so driven to get the next phone, the next luxury vehicle, the next fancy house, the next job, the next hot guy, the next hot girl or whatever. And I think that for us as women, we need to be able to take that time to just appreciate the good that is in our lives, right? So in this video, I just want to encourage you with 7 easy and practical things that you can do that I think will help you to live a very contented life. Like I said to you, this is stuff that I do in my own life, and I do acknowledge that this will not be a complete and thorough list of everything that you must and have to do in order for you to be happy. Otherwise, you will not have a contented life. But I'm just sharing with you from the bit that's true in my life. And if you have a thought of something else that you think you can do or that you do that helps you live a contented and more satisfied life, I would love to hear more from you. I would love to hear what are your tips and tricks and practical steps of things to do to help you live a contented life. So if you're watching on YouTube, comment below. I'd love to know your thoughts. Or if this is on the site and you're listening to the podcast, you can also comment below. There is a comment section for you. Let me know your thoughts. I want to be able to engage with you. I want to know what's on your heart and what's on your mind. So without further ado, got my notes, let's dive right in. I think point number 1 is that you need to take some time out for you and look after yourself. Now, I know that sounds like duh, but think to yourself honestly, when was the last time you took some time out for yourself? Like legit. I don't just mean like, what do I mean? I don't just mean like when was the last time you had that thought that, oh, I should really take some time out for myself. But when was the last time that you maybe just had a nice long soak in the bath? When was the last time you read a really good book? When was the last time you maybe just went for a walk or exercised, if that's your thing? When was the last time you did something that really just energizes you, that gets you going, that gets you fired up. Like, when was the last time you did that? And if you can't remember, I think that's a cue that you just need to stop right now and take some time out for you. You know that expression, stop and smell the roses? I think figuratively speaking, sometimes you just need to stop and smell the roses in your own life. You know what I mean? Like, just take it in. Just be in the moment, you know, just absorb what is happening within you. Detach yourself from technology for a little bit, because that's a huge one, I think. Like, if I can be honest, like, I'm terrible at pulling away myself from my social media. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I am on YouTube, I am, you know, I'm here, there, everywhere. I'm writing a blog late at night, a blog post late at night. I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff. And sometimes, like, as awesome as the thing as technology is, we just need to take a break from it. Yeah. And we just need to just detach ourselves for a little bit, you know, tune out the rest of the world and just zone in on yourself and be good to yourself. You know what I mean? So I would encourage you, as a practical thing, maybe it just means getting to bed on time. Like, seriously, be that good to yourself. I cannot function without enough sleep. And if you're like me, take that time, man. Take that time to just chill out, detach yourself from technology, which I think is huge. Like, detach yourself from technology for an evening, read a book, listen to music, go to sleep, you know, do something that's putting yourself first. I know it kind of sounds like a no-brainer, but we don't do it enough. So I would encourage you, that's something that I'm trying to work on. I'm in no way good at this yet. I don't have this down to a science where I'm just like, girl, I'm telling you this because I got it all together. No, I don't. But it's something that I'm trying to do. And I find that the more I do it, the more helpful it actually is for me, the more beneficial it is for me. So I would encourage you to take the time out to do that for yourself. Excuse the car riding in the background. But yeah, take some time out for you. Point number 2 is invest in personal growth. I think this is huge. Invest in personal growth for yourself, whether that means, you know, reading a book on leadership, which I think is crucial, by the way, because I think that we all to some degree are leaders in our various roles. We're all somehow leaders, whether you're a mom, whether you're in the corporate business, you know, wherever you fall on that corporate ladder, I think you're a leader because you're a person and you have the ability to influence people. So that makes you a leader. And maybe you need to read a book about how to harness that power that you have, how to influence people for better, not for worse. You know what I mean? So if investing in your personal growth means taking the time to read a book, then read a book on leadership, you know, read a book on personalities. That's a huge one. I remember, how old was I? I was young. I was like 13. I read this book by the late Dr. Tim LaHaye called Why You Act the Way You Do. And in that book, he talks about personalities, basically, and how there's basically, in the book, what he says is like there's basically 4 types of personalities: sanguine or sanguine, however you want to say it. Sanguine, choleric, phlegmatic, and melancholic. And he just dives more into that. Now, also, you know, you can't put everybody in a box or whatever, and no one fits perfectly into one box. But it was just cool. Like, it opened up my mind to understanding the people around me, more, and understanding myself. Like, why do I behave the way I do? What makes me tick? You know, it helped me just get a hold of myself a little bit better. And at 13, I needed it. So, yeah, that's a book that you could read, Why You Act the Way You Do by Tim LaHaye. I promise, by the way, this is not an affiliate thing. This is not marketing. This is just me sharing with you something that truly helped me, that I think you could benefit from. But there's also like a bunch of personality tests. There's like the Myers and Briggs, or is it Briggs and Myers? But I think it's Myers and Briggs personality test. But, you know, you can read up on personalities. You can read up on leadership. You can do a whole bunch of things that help you grow as a person, you know, because I think that is so, so crucial. As you get to know the person that you are, as you take a frank look at yourself and assess your strengths and your weaknesses, what you're good at, what you're not good at, and take into account the person that you are. I think that when you do that, when you come to a frank realization of who you are, number one, you're better equipped with just loving yourself, because now you know who you are. You know what you can and you cannot do. You know the areas in which you need to grow. You know, you can become a master of your strengths and a strengthener of your weaknesses. You know, and I think that's cool, because as you're seeing growth over your life, you can kind of be like, yeah, girl, okay, you know, you're doing something right with your life. And I feel like that kind of boost just helps you live a bit more of a contented life, yeah? So invest in personal growth, you know, get a mentor if that's what you need. For several years, I had a mentor. She just spoke so much truth into my life. She challenged me on certain things. She was not afraid to tell me things that I didn't always want to hear. And she opened up to my eyes to things that sometimes I didn't even know, you know, like it was hugely beneficial for me to have had her in my life, and I will forever be thankful for the impact that she's had on my life. And so I would want to encourage you to maybe do the same thing. Get a hold of a mentor, just an older, stronger, wiser woman who can just impart some truth in your life. You know, no man is an island. No man has it all together. No one knows everything. And so having that encouragement, I think, and having that person who has a vested interest in you to help you grow, and you taking steps towards growing yourself too, I think that is just hugely, hugely beneficial. So that's point number 2 on investing in just your own personal growth. I think that is huge. Then point number 3 is, girl, stop comparing yourself to people on the internet. Okay? First of all, stop comparing yourself. I'm gonna put my notes down. Stop comparing yourself to other people, and especially on the internet. And why I say especially the internet is, you know, raise your hand if you're guilty of looking at someone else's Instagram feed and being like, they live a more awesome life than I do. I cannot be the only one. And if I'm the only one, then I'm owning it. You know, sometimes you look at the amazing life that people are living on Instagram. They're traveling, their makeup is on fleek. They're just, you know, they are living their best life now. And you're like, what am I doing wrong? Like, all I do is cook and clean and vacuum clean. I blog. So just started YouTubing. Like, why is my life not as awesome, right? But here's the thing, and maybe it's just because I've been going through a bit of this phase. But what I'm coming to realize, and a truth that is just really sinking into my heart, that's really encouraging for me, that I want to share with you, is I feel like just because someone is posting the highlight reel of their life, it does not take away from you and the beauty of your life in any way. Like, first of all, let's be honest, no one's life is as rocking as it looks on social media. I'm pretty sure, I will bet $50 that no one's life is as rocking as it seems on social media. No one, hashtag, I woke up this way. No, you didn't, honey. That's Revlon, that's Elf Cosmetics, that's MAC Foundation. You did not just wake up that way, boo. Okay? Don't be lying to me right now. Side rant. But, you know, no one woke up, you know, looking all well put together or whatever. We all put our highlight reel because we want to put our best foot forward. We want people to see the best of us. And I think there's some element of good in that. But where it becomes a bad thing is, number one, if you feel like you're a slave to only posting the best side of you on social media, like you will not post a no makeup selfie because goodness grief, no one can see your real face. Or, you know, you've got to put on the latest clothes, the this, the that, the whatever. You know, if you feel like you cannot be real, just being yourself, that is a problem. But if you now know that, you know what, it's everybody putting their best foot forward, and everyone has bad days, not everybody is getting it right, and I can be okay with that, you know, and I can be okay with my life not looking as glam as someone else's, because I feel like no one's life is glam and sparkles and glitter all the time, even though that's what some people try hard to portray on social media. And you need to stop that. You need to stop comparing yourself to a bunch of strangers on the internet. You need to stop envying the life that other people have, because that stops you from living your life now. It stops you from seeing the beauty of this moment. You will never again have this day again, ever in your life. You only have today, right here, right now. And you need to seize a hold of this opportunity. You need to be present in the present and make the most of this opportunity. You know, you can wish your life away by wishing that you were like someone else and had this one's this and that one's that. You know, enjoy your life now. Don't worry about them. If they're having a rocking life, that's great. And if their life is rainbows and sparkles and glitter all the time, fantastic. But, you know, live your life, enjoy your life, take a hold of the opportunities that are coming your way and just go with it. You know, live your life and enjoy it. You know, so stop comparing yourself to strangers, okay? I'm stopping it. You must stop it too. So that's point number 3. Point number 4, which I think is huge. Point number 4 and point number 5. Point number 4 is practice gratitude. And I think that that is huge. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I personally believe that comparison, that envy is the thief of joy and contentedness. I'll say that again because I was fluffing that up. But I personally believe that comparison is the thief of joy. Truly is. If you're forever looking at what other people have and you're not thankful for what you have, for the opportunities that are in your lap today, for the life that you have to live, and you're forever looking at what other people have going on, you will not be a happy person. You will let your whole life pass you by because you haven't seized it. You've been too distracted with what everybody else has and not embracing enough of what you have and your life right now. Comparison is the thief of joy. And I think the way to overcome comparing yourself to other people is by being grateful for what you have. You know, you can, let me give you an example. You can choose, let me get real personal. We girls, like, you know, we watch movies and like just about every single man in Hollywood is good looking. You can either perv over Hugh Jackman and Vin Diesel and give me names here, Chris Evans. I'm trying to think of actors off the top of my head. I don't know. You can just, you know, there's these good looking guys in Hollywood and, ooh, you know, or you can choose to content yourself with the man who's in your life if you have a man, right? Like you can choose to look at your boo and be like, he may not look like Hollywood A-lister, but he's my man and I love him. You know what I mean? Like if you're forever coveting and lusting after something else that is not yours, you will never be happy and you will take the thing that you have for granted. And no one likes to be taken for granted, you know. No one likes to feel like they're not appreciated. And so don't do that. Don't be an ungrateful person. Appreciate the man in your life. Appreciate your family, your friends, your job. Even if it's not your dream job, be thankful that you have one. Like, I'm being serious. Be thankful that you have one. Like, I know what it's like to be stuck in a job where you feel like there's no room for growth. It does not use your creativity and your talents and your abilities. And you don't like your boss. And you don't like the people that you work for. In fact, you don't like the whole company. I get that. But today, in this season, in this moment of your life, that's where you're at. The job is the job you have. The boss is the boss you have. The company is the company that you work for. And if nothing else, be thankful that you have that job because it's paying the bills and putting food on the table, putting clothes on your body, and keeping you comfortable, at least in this stage in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just going to be real with that. Like, I know that it may not be the dream, but at least it's what you have now. And so be thankful for that. Because if you can't even be thankful for the little bit that you have now, even though it's not ideal, trust me, when you get the dream, you're not going to be happy with it. Why? Because discontentedness and ungratitude is actually a habit. You build a habit of being thankful, or you're being a habit of being unthankful. It's a habit, and you've got to decide, what habit am I building in my life right now? You know what I mean? So yeah, I would say practice gratitude. So I'm going to ask you today, what are you thankful for? If you ask me today, what am I thankful for? I'm thankful that I'm healthy. I must be honest with you. I'm really thankful that I'm healthy. Just a few days ago, I was feeling a little bit nauseous, and gosh, that's the worst feeling in the world. Like legit, I hate feeling nauseous so much. I think in part it has to do with the fact that I had 2 very difficult pregnancies. I was nauseous for the whole 9 months with both pregnancies. And it sucked. So I hate the feeling of being nauseous at any cost. Even if it's just like slightly I hate it. I hate being nauseous. So you know what, today I'm thankful that I'm happy and healthy. I'm thankful that I'm not nauseous. I'm in good health. Working on getting into better shape. But I'm thankful that, you know what, today I'm happy, I'm healthy. My kids are happy and healthy. My husband is happy and healthy. I'm thankful to have a husband. He's a good one, y'all. I'm not even, seriously, side note, my man is legit. He's the man. Babe, I love you. You're the best. So I'm thankful to have a good guy. I'm thankful that I have family and friends. I'm thankful that I get to do what I love. You know, I was speaking about earlier being stuck in a dead-end job that you don't enjoy. I get that. A few years ago, that was me. And today I'm blogging and I'm YouTubing and I'm loving being in this zone. And I'm really thankful for that, you know. So those are a few of the things that I'm thankful for. Tell me in the comment section below, what are you thankful for? No matter how mundane, no matter how cliche, tell me, I want to know. What are you thankful for? So that was point number 4, practice gratitude. Point number 5 is also another heavy one, and that's practice forgiveness. Like, I feel like I've just crashed a party right now. Practice forgiveness, but I feel like that is such a huge one. Just to say sorry and also to forgive even if someone hasn't said sorry. I feel like that's huge. But I feel like the benefits of it are worth it. You know, forgiving someone even if they haven't asked you for forgiveness is always... it's always the best thing to do. And I'm not saying that it's easy, but I'm saying it's always the best thing to do, because you know what? You walk away a healed person. You know what I'm saying? And when I say healed, I mean that you are not, how can I put it? You take away that person's power from making you bitter. You walk away better. I know that sounds cliche, but you walk away better, not bitter. You release yourself to thrive in your life. You release yourself to move on from the pain. You acknowledge that, yes, a wrong was done to you, but you can forgive and you can move on. And let me tell you, it's not easy. I promise you, it is not easy. I know I'm saying that and it sounds easy, but that's about the only easy part about it. Forgiving people, especially like when you are so justified that, yes, they hurt me and I have every right to be mad. It is so hard to let go of that sense of entitlement. But I think what you gain when you choose to forgive way, way, way benefits you. Much better than if you hang on to your sense of self-entitlement. I think it is so empowering for yourself to be like, you know what, yes, I was wrong, but I choose to forgive this person and I choose to move on from that. I think it is a very freeing and empowering thing, and it makes you a contented person because you walk away stronger. I think it takes a very strong person to forgive when they've been wronged. It takes a very strong person to say, you know what, I forgive you. You don't deserve the forgiveness. You haven't even earned it, but I choose to forgive you because I love me and I want me to be healed and whole, and I want to be a better and stronger person. So I choose to forgive you. And I feel like when you do that, it's so empowering, but it really does help you live just such a satisfied and content life. And here's also the kicker, right? I feel like in practicing your forgiveness and in forgiving other people, it's a good thing because often for me anyways, I need people to forgive me because I get it wrong more than I would like to acknowledge, if I'm actually quite honest with you. I get it wrong a lot. I get it wrong a lot, and there's times when I need people to come into my life and to be like, you know what, it's okay, you messed up, but it's okay, I forgive you. And we need that. We need people to show us the grace that we need to show others, because if I'm not forgiving you, you're not forgiving me, we're both bitter people. And truth be told, no one likes being around a sourpuss, really. Like, when was the last time you hung out with a bitter person, and did you like it? Like, I know I didn't. I avoid all of that nonsense, and we're actually going to be talking about that actually in the next point. I avoid the bitterness of people because it's just not fun to be around. But a practical way to overcome that is to forgive. And let me tell you, it's hard. It is hard to forgive when you've been wronged. Maybe it's just me, but it is hard. But you know what? It is so worth it. Moving on to the second last point. Point number 6. I need to look here on my notes. This one. this point though. It's been very real for me lately. Avoid toxicity. Girlfriend, avoid toxicity. Seriously. And that kind of goes on from the previous point of forgiving people. It helps you avoid the drama and the nonsense in people's life. Truly, if you can just walk away from the drama and be like, you know what, it's cool, I forgive you, I'm gonna walk away. The avoiding of drama is just so worth it. Now, don't hear what I'm not saying. I'm not saying avoid confrontation. That's not what I'm saying, because sometimes I feel like confrontation, if done right, can be a very helpful and healing and good thing. So I'm not saying avoid confrontation. I'm just saying how you play out confrontation, that's as important as having the confrontation. Because if you confront someone about something that they're doing wrong, but neither you or them are communicating well, it's not a beneficial experience for the both of you. So yes, confrontation has its place. But what I'm saying is avoiding drama, like, you know, responding to every time somebody says something about you. Like, you don't always have to do that. And it's true, like, people don't always have nice things to say, but that's fine, that's their problem. It's not yours, you know. I'll give you a practical example of that in my own life. I have been told that I'm a very difficult person to get to know, and that's true, I am, and here's why. If you don't know me, it can seem like I'm two different people, right? Because on the one side, you see me like this person who's free and laughing a lot and making YouTube videos, and, you know, I seem all bubbly and fun and like I'm the life and soul of the party. Truth be told, I'm actually not. For those who know me really well, people know that I'm actually an introvert. I'm a very strong introvert. Actually, I'm a very shy person. And some people are like, what, you now? No, it's true. I am a shy person. I struggle with meeting new people. It takes a lot for me to like introduce myself, be like, hey, I'm Rachel, what's up, what's your name? Like, I can fake it, but gosh, it's such a faking, you know, because I'm just a shy person. I'm not at all a natural extrovert. I don't have that extroverted charisma and energy and confidence, and, you know, I don't have that. And if you look really closely, I can be actually a little bit awkward. Just because I don't have that, right? And so I think people not knowing the introverted side of me, and they see me on video and I see I'm extroverted, and then they meet me in real life and I'm more reserved and more demure, and they're kind of like, please, she got attitude right now. And it's like, no, I don't have an attitude. It's just I don't know you, so I'm uncomfortable, I'm shy, I'm trying to figure out my way around this. And so people are like, oh my word, she's so aloof. But I'm not, right? I'm shy. But here's the thing. For a long time, I would get defensive about it. Like, how can they say that about me? Like, seriously, it's so hard for me to meet new people. And I would go on like this massive rant, right? But here's the thing I came to realize. I live my life based on truth. And the truth is, I'm a shy person. I'm not an extrovert. And it is what it is. That's me. It's who I am. It's not going to change. I'm not going to one day wake up miraculously and be an extrovert. Number one, even if I could, I don't want to be, because I'm an introvert. That's who I am, right? But because that is what is true, I don't need to worry about what everybody else is saying, because I know what is true. So if it's not true, don't worry about it. You know, if people want to say stuff about you, listen, do you know what is true? If you know the truth, hang on to the truth, because truth always prevails. Truth always is an accurate guide. So if people want to say stuff about you, let them talk, honey, okay? Let them talk, but you do you, okay? And you be content with the person that you are. Know the truth and be grounded in that truth. So when people say whatever they want to say, it's okay, they can talk, you know. One of my favorite lines in a movie that illustrates this is, it's a Tyler Perry movie, Medea. I forget the name of this movie, but I love this line. It's not Diary of a Mad Black Woman. It's one that KK Palmer is in. Is it Family? I don't think it's Medea's Family Reunion or whatever. But anyways, it's a Tyler Perry movie, and it's Medea. She's talking to KK Palmer's character. This was a few years ago, because KK Palmer is quite a bit younger in this movie. But how the scene takes place is that Medea is asking KK Palmer's character why she doesn't want to go to school, and the little girl says, she's like, well, I don't want to go to school because the other kids at school, they're mean to me, they call me names. And Medea says to this little girl, she's like, it's not what people call you, it's what you respond to. And I think like that is so powerful, especially when it comes to drama, because people will talk, and if you have the time to chase down every single bit of gossip, every single lie, every single whatever that people say about you, then okay, you got a lot of time. But me, I don't. Rachel's aloof, Rachel's this, yeah, man, talk. Do your thing, it doesn't matter. Like, because there's other things that I will fight for, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, I don't respond to anything. If you're going to say something about my kids, it's on. It is on. But you don't need to hunt down every single thing that everybody says about you. Sometimes you just gotta kind of, it's all you gotta do sometimes, and just move on with your life. You don't need all of that drama and all of that toxicity in your life. And if you're noticing that there are people in your life who are being toxic, who are bringing out the worst in you, number one, you also need to check yourself, because how you're responding to their toxicity does say something about you, and maybe you need to learn how to better handle people's toxicity. But sometimes in handling that toxicity, sometimes you do need to put some distance between you and people. I'm not saying cut people off from your life. I'm just saying sometimes, they gotta be over there, you gotta be over here, because drama, no drama. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm saying. So avoid toxicity in your life. That helps make you such a happier person. It has for me, truly. And then the last thing that I wanted to share with you guys, the last point in what I think, in what helps you live a contented life, is basically do more of what makes you happy. Now, let me straight off the bat, before somebody misunderstands what I'm saying when I say do more of what makes you happy. Say, for example, you love to eat. When I say do more of what makes you happy, I'm not giving you license to binge eat and shove your face and give yourself diabetes, okay? That's not what I mean when I say do more of what makes you happy. If do more of what makes you happy means that you like your friend's man and you want, no, okay? I'm not saying wreck a home in the name of doing what makes you happy. That's not what I'm saying. When I say do more of what makes you happy, I'm talking about engaging in constructive activities that just help you feel encouraged and invigorated and recharged and energized. So if it's, for example, exercising, if that's your thing, like if, for example, hiking is your thing, hiking is my husband's thing, like he loves to climb mountains. Me? No, but he loves to climb mountains, right? But if that's your thing, if you're like that, honey, climb them mountains. If that's what makes you happy and you can do more of that, by all means, go for it. If exercising is your thing, exercise more. Maybe wake up earlier in the morning to take a run, or take a run early in the evening or something, but do more of the things that make you happy. If you're like me and you love to write, you love to use your creativity, do more of that. And if there's a way that you can make a career out of it, winning, that's what I've done, because it's what I love to do. I love to write, I love media, and now I can do it as a living. Like, heck yes, so do more of the things that make you happy. Now, that said, I also feel like even in doing the things that makes us happy in general, there are difficult things to it. Like if you enjoy hiking, I'm sure not every hike is like breeze, skip and hop. No, not everything is like that. There are some hard things in the things that we love to do, but push through it, keep going. And I think that even as you push through the difficult stuff, like what you get out of it is just way, way better and way enjoyable. So those are my 7 tips and tricks for what I think helps you live a contented life. Like I've said to you throughout the video, those are things that I do in my own life that I feel like I've been benefiting from doing these things. And so I thought, hey, let me just share it with you and see if it will be of encouragement to you in any way, which I hope that it has been. And if so, comment below and let me know your thoughts. I want to hear from you. If you're watching this on YouTube, you know to comment below. And if you're listening to the podcast, send me an email at info@dentsinmycrown.com. Let me know your thoughts on how you want to live a more contented life, or what you do that helps you live a more contented life. I'd love to hear from you. And then also don't forget to connect with me on social media. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, right here on YouTube. Check out my blog, dentsinmycrown.com. It has been awesome hanging out with you in this video and in this podcast. I really hope that you've been blessed and encouraged by what you've watched and heard and listened to. And I just hope that we'll be able to keep connecting soon. As you know, I'm a newbie YouTuber, so I'm trying to get more in the rhythm of releasing these videos. Hopefully I'll find my groove pretty soon. But yeah, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and I will catch up with you in the next podcast, blog post, or video. Ciao.